Hey guys, give everybody a few minutes to get in here. Kids are a little loud today. Let me adjust my camera. There we go. Hey Elizabeth, hi Brittany. I don't know how long I'll make it tonight, but we'll see. I'll go into it a little bit more as a few more people get in here, but let's just say procedure did not go as planned. They got it done, but it was a mess from the beginning to the end. But I will go into that here in a little bit. That way I don't have to repeat myself. Hi, Cranes. I'm almost done with my drills and chills, guys. This is all I have left to do. I don't know how long I'll be sitting here doing it tonight. Where I'll be painting, hopefully. Go figure. I pick a color that's over here to the side. So how are you guys doing tonight? Turn down this light a little bit. It's kind of blinding me. There we go. Hi, Jill. You haven't started yours yet, Cranes? Yeah, I want to get this done because I want to get back to my TSA, and then Jay wants his Johnny Cash done. No, he hasn't been bugging me about it. I just feel bad because he's waited so long. Honestly, I can't believe how fast this one's gone. I'm really shocked at how fast I've gotten this one done. Because I started it on the 1st. Yeah, I've moved through this one pretty quick. And I mean, it's not small. It's a 50 by 70, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's a 50 by 70, so it's not little. I mean, it's not ginormous, but it's not little. I can't believe I've ran through it this quick. I would have had it done the other day because I won't lie, I stayed up all night the night before my procedure because anxiety and all that. So I stayed up all night diamond painting, and if I would have had about an hour left, I probably would have finished this thing. But I worked on it up until the point where we had to get dressed and leave. So you guys can't even see where I'm working. I'm gonna try to switch this just a little bit further. All right, hopefully that isn't too far. Hopefully you can't see my messy desk. There, almost. There we go. Now y'all can see where I'm working. So what's everybody else working on? I got a story for you guys. Let me tell you. I just want to give everybody a few minutes to get in here. But yesterday, oh my goodness. I guess I can start off with today. Today, um, Well, a few days ago, Jay had his yearly blood work done, and his cholesterol was really high and his blood sugar. So he went in this morning and had an A1C done, and he is type 2 diabetic. So we've been spending the day educating ourselves and getting his new meds, in the med container, and his meter set up, and some other food for him to eat that's gonna help him. So that was fun. Not. And then after you guys hear the story from yesterday, you'll understand why this was a crazy one. But I got home yesterday and I'm out of it, completely out of it. So basically, we're gonna go backwards here. But I was so out of it yesterday after all the meds they gave me after the fact. Um, I was sitting here eating, falling asleep while I was eating, like I couldn't keep my eyes open. And my daughter calls me from college crying, and I'm like, what's going on? Actually, I didn't even answer it. Jay did. But I was like, what's going on? And I guess my son, my 15-year-old son, ate a fruit and nut bar and had an allergic reaction, and his throat started swelling shut. So his dad was calling at me, but I didn't hear my phone because I was out of it. But um, he was being rushed to the hospital. I guess they got everything under control. He's either allergic to dates or cashews. And then his dad ends up getting admitted. Why, I'm not sure yet. All I know is he's sick, and that's all I know because I've tried to get a hold of him today and haven't been able to. I think Jay talked to him through text a little bit earlier, and he said he's there till tomorrow. So probably after I get off here, I'm going to try to get a hold of him again and see what's going on. But so that happened after my procedure yesterday. Hi, Billy. Basically, my procedure was scheduled for 2 o'clock yesterday. And we get there, go back to like the little, the room before they take you into the procedure. And they proceed to try and start an IV. Well, I already know I have bad veins, so I warned them. Normally they can, find a vein, kind of. It usually takes at least 2, sometimes 3 sticks, but they usually get one. Well, 2 of their best, apparently, nurses, as far as IVs, came in and looked, and they were like, we can't do it. They said, we're going to call up ultrasound IV. So they called her up, and she brought her little machine in, and even she missed the first 2 times. She said my veins are like an infant's veins. So the third time she finally got it, but they had to go in through like the inner part of my bicep, and it was like super deep. So that was fun. I didn't get back into hi, Nick and Tina. I didn't get back into the actual procedure room until almost 2 hours after my procedure was supposed to start. So I get back there, and I have to lay on this. It's almost like a massage table. It's kind of got the spot where your face goes. It's open. And I'm laying there, and she goes, okay, the doctor came in, and she was like, I'm getting ready to sedate her. And she gave me a dose of medicine, and the doctor comes in and he's like, is that medicine working? And I was like, I don't feel anything at all. And so they gave me another dose, still felt nothing. Well, they proceeded to do the procedure anyway. So, needless to say, I felt every single bit of it. And they didn't do one side, they did both. And it was horrible. Like, I feel sorry for whoever was in the room next to me because I was screaming so freaking loud. It was not even funny. Well, to top it off, I've been having a flare up with my fibromyalgia, so I'm sure that helped matters. But after the procedure, we came out of the room where they did it to where Jay was waiting, and I am screaming still. I'm in tears. It took them almost an hour or maybe even more. I don't know how long it was, but to get my pain under control. And the doctor said, he goes, I have never given any patient this much medicine. He goes, she must be in the middle of a flare up. And so, yeah, it was horrible. We didn't get home until like almost 7 o'clock last night. And like literally, like I said, I was sitting in bed eating when I found out my son was being rushed to the ER with an allergic reaction. And I'm like crying. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? I said, I can't even do anything. Keep in mind, my oldest son lives like an hour and a half away from me. So I'm like sitting there, not even able to hold my eyes open to stay awake to find out what's going on with my son, let alone go be with him. And I'm like, man, what is the timing of all this? Luckily, he's home. He's okay. But I have literally been in bed all day. And I was like debating on whether or not to go live because I'm pretty sore. But I know a lot of people were, you know, they had commented on my post and messaged me and were praying for me and everything. So I at least wanted to go live for a little bit and let everybody know that I'm okay. I'm just really, really sore and a little traumatized because I didn't, honestly, I've had a lot of procedures done, a lot. But I'll tell you what, that one takes the cake. It hurt real bad. And before they will ever do that again on me, I will be having a talk with my doctor. I mean, I love my doctor, don't get me wrong, I do. Because any other doctor would not have recognized my fibromyalgia. They would have given me maybe 2 doses of medicine and said, there's nothing more we can do and sent me home. He didn't. He did not. He said, they told Jay at one point, they said, I'm sorry it's taking so long, but we are not letting her leave until her pain is under control. So I do applaud them for that. But I don't ever want to feel that again. I deal with pain every day. I don't want to feel the procedures that I don't have to feel. And I went in there with the thought that I was not going to feel it, that I was going to be put out. And I knew I wasn't going to get put fully to sleep. Like they weren't going to put a tube down my throat or anything like that. But I've had that type of sedation before and you don't remember anything. You're so loopy. And I don't know if the medicine just didn't work or due to where they had to put the IV, if it wasn't getting into my system the way it should. I don't know. All I know is I definitely was not out of it. I was fully aware. And I was kind of surprised that they kept going, but they did. So, yeah. It is what it is, Cranes. It's done now. I mean, I just hope it helps. They said it could be a week or two before I actually feel the results. And they said it could be about a week before the pain gets better. Like as far as this pain, they said that my pain will probably be worse for the first week. So, yeah. Um, so yeah, I just hope it helps. That's my biggest thing, and I don't know. It wasn't fun. Not at all what I expected. I expected to go in, get an IV, and not remember much after that. I was actually kind of excited. I was like, yay, a procedure I don't have to feel because, all my injections and, my epidural blocks, and I've felt it all. And so it's like I was kind of excited and relieved that I was getting something done to help my pain and not have to feel the pain to get it done. That's not how it went down, unfortunately. But things happen. And I mean, I've heard other people, like my aunt gets this done, and she's awake because they can't, with her breathing issues, they won't put her under. But I don't know if it was my fibromyalgia that made things as bad as they were, as far as, because like my body doesn't react to pain like other people's. So I don't know if that's what made it worse, but I don't know how you guys do it that are awake during that, because that was absolutely horrendous. It felt like they were like shooting lava into my upper back and neck. Nobody should have to be awake for that. Not in my opinion. Hey, Nana. Alrighty, what are you working on? Probably gonna lay in bed tonight and try and get caught up on people's videos. Because I was out of it last night. I didn't do anything when I got home but sleep. Jay kind of handled everything. I have an amazing neighbor, which is also my babysitter. And she had the kids and fed them dinner and everything because Jay had called and said, I don't know when we're getting out of here. It's not going as planned at all. And she was like, well, I'm going to feed them dinner, so don't worry about that. She fed them dinner, and Jay went by and got us food on the way home. And then when we got here, you get the kids their baths. Wildlife still and cooking dinner. Where's mine? But and then got them to bed. So we had a lot to do the rest of the week because the kids missed not only yesterday with homeschool, but they missed it today because mom just couldn't do it. And I figured it was better to take an extra day to rest than push myself and end up being down the rest of the week. I mean, I'm still going to be down. Me and Peyton will probably be doing school from mama's bed, but as long as it gets done, right? And then Jay does Abel's, because trying to teach a preschooler and a third grader together, yeah, not going to happen. Especially when they both have videos they have to watch, and yeah, it's just not going to happen. I tried that the first day. I was like, nope. They need to be in separate rooms. This is just not working. Because Abel's attention span is like next to nothing. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds amazing, Nana. Yeah, we gotta watch what we're making around this house now with Jay's health issues popping up. We're gonna have to start changing our diet to healthier stuff. So honestly, it's gonna help me out too, because I've heard that if you watch what you eat and eat healthier foods, and that it also helps with fibromyalgia. So it'll just benefit us all around. And I don't want his cholesterol and diabetes getting any worse. We want it to get better. And when I'm not hurting, I think we're going to start walking in the evenings too before the kids go to bed. Well, until it gets too cold and we can't. But yeah, so that was my eventful day yesterday. Not looking forward to ever repeating it again. I'm telling you, man, when it rains, it pours. It's always something. Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Gail. Yeah, this usually I'm a little more uppity, guys. Sorry for you guys that just came in. I had my nerves burned in my upper back and neck yesterday, and it did not go as planned. There was quite a few complications, so I just am not myself, but I wanted to go live long enough to kind of let people know that I'm okay, and I didn't want to leave people worrying all week. So I know I had a lot of you guys praying for me, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Jay didn't leave my side except for when he had to, when they took me back to the room. But, and then we had to drive an hour, a little over an hour home, because where I go, the hospital I go to is pretty far from my house. But I'm glad we did, because the hospital by the house, who knew? I'm not even about to have that hospital touch me to do anything. I don't even know if I'd let them put a band-aid on me. Thank you, Nick and Tina. I love you guys too. Yeah, my husband was like, "Babe, are you sure you want to go live tonight?" I was like, "Yeah." I said, "At least for a little bit." I said, "I need to at least let everybody know I'm okay." I planned on posting something last night, but I just couldn't. Like, I couldn't even, they literally gave me enough pain meds afterwards. Like, I don't know what was going on. They could not get it under control afterwards, and they gave me enough pain meds, my husband said, because I don't remember what all they gave me. He does. But he said they gave me enough pain meds to tranquilize two horses, and he don't know how I walked out of there. I know I remember being really dizzy and my legs like feeling like jello, which I'm kind of surprised. I think they pushed, yeah, I had a wheelchair out to the car, but I know I slept all the way home. And then he dropped me off at the door and went and got the kids from next door. And I don't remember a whole lot other than the calls about my son. I would wake up briefly for those and then just fall back out. Shoot, I almost fell asleep eating my chalupa last night. That's not safe. I ate really good last night, which is really good for me because my appetite's not been very good the last couple days. Oh, thank you. I love you guys. Yeah, my my doctor's amazing. I can't thank him enough because I'll tell you what, guys, and I know some of you guys can relate, but when you have chronic pain issues, and this is not something, let me say, that I like to talk about on my channel very often, because I just don't, you know, I don't know, I just don't. But the fact is, when you have chronic pain issues, you do sometimes have a higher tolerance to, pain medicine and stuff. And some doctors just don't care. And like when I had my last spinal surgery, they told me to leave. Wasn't going to give me no prescriptions, which I'm sorry, anybody that has surgery gets prescribed post-operative pain medication. That is part of treatment. They weren't going to give me anything. And I had to call my doctor, my primary care, and fight. She had to call him and she got onto him. And they ended up giving me literally the same thing I'd been on forever. And, but this doctor that did my stuff yesterday, he was amazing. All he had to do was get my pain under control while I was there. That was his obligation. You know, nothing else was his obligation after that. He didn't even really have to do that because a lot of doctors would have just been like, oh, dose one, dose two. Okay, well, there's nothing else we can do. That's what most of them do. And he didn't. He went above and beyond. He was amazing. He got my pain under control and called in a script for the next week. So, of course, I had to call my doctor and make sure it was okay. So I didn't mess up my contract with my doctor, but I can't say enough good things about my spinal doctor because he went above and beyond yesterday. And I know he had to have stayed way past his scheduled time to be there, along with all the nurses. Because I had two nurses in my room. They did not leave my side, and they were amazing. If it wasn't for those three, yesterday would have been a lot worse. It wasn't fun, don't get me wrong, but it always helps when you're going through something like that for the nurses and doctors to be supportive and understanding. And sometimes you just don't get that, sadly, but they were truly amazing. Well, I should say those four people because my husband didn't leave my side either. He never does. That is one thing I will applaud that man for. Anytime I've been in the hospital, he never leaves. He will stay at that hospital with me all night long. Because most of the time I've been in, we haven't had the kids. We've lined it up. Even the one time it was an emergency situation and we didn't know it was coming, the kids happened to be at their dad's. So he did not leave that hospital unless I sent him to either get food or to go home and get me something. He never left my side, and he never does. Yeah, it really is, Billy. Thank you. But yeah, it helps. When you're going through something hard, that support system means a lot. Even if it is just the nurses and doctors that are there. And with COVID going on right now, there's been a lot of people in this world that have been in the hospital without their loved ones, without their support system, and that's when those nurses and doctors mean the most. But yeah, he is a good man. He ain't perfect, but who is in reality? I know I'm not perfect. I would never claim to be. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But at the same time, there's situations sometimes that, if it's not your personal situation, you just have to pull back from it and remember that there's always, two sides to everybody's story. I try not to take sides in anything unless it's my own thing because there is two sides to every story, and sometimes things aren't always as they seem. I've learned that lesson a lot in life. I try to be there for who I can when I can. And, but at the same time, I don't get in the middle of something that's not mine. Unless I was there and I saw it from beginning to end, I stay in my lane. Because with my health, I can't do stress. I can't do drama. I can't do any of that stuff where it hurts me and in turn hurts my kids. Because then I can't be the best mom that I need to be. So, yeah, nobody's perfect. Better take care of me. I know you'll be down here from Alabama quick as can be on his butt. I already know. If I don't get him first. No, and when it comes down to it, honestly, I can't even say that. He takes good care of me regardless. He he's been cooking dinner for the last, I want to say probably 2 months at least. He he takes care of me. He might mess up sometimes. He's a man. It happens. Well, he's human because I can't just say men. Women mess up too. But when it really counts, he's there. You too, huh? Wait, I missed something. Sorry, I just got back from taking the dogs out. Did you have a bad time yesterday? Yes, it was horrible, Elizabeth. It was freaking horrendous. In a month from today, we will be at the retreat. I can't wait. I know I wish I was going, but I can't. I'll be watching the videos that everybody posts. Yeah, I just couldn't do it this time. And honestly, I hate making plans like that and stuff because I never know. Like, I never know where my health's going to be. And I would hate to get out there and be having a flare up or something to where my body makes me stay in bed all day. Because sometimes that happens. But hopefully, maybe one of these years I can go. But I hope you guys all have a blast. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll just live vicariously through you guys. I know Nana will keep me updated. Have her video call me or something. That'd be cool. Yeah, do a live, Billy. Thank you, Elizabeth. Yeah, let's just say I was not asleep. They tried to put me to sleep, but it didn't quite play out that way. So I was awake for the whole thing. They did both sides, and yeah, it wasn't fun. Never again, I'll tell you that. I do it again, and I want to be put fully under. I don't even care. Put a tube down my throat. I don't care. But I never want to feel that again. And I'm sure it probably wouldn't have been as bad if I wouldn't have been in a flare up. But since I was, oh, I missed a couple. Go figure. Um, I'm sure it made it worse. I'm sure it's not pleasant either way. There's no way, no way anybody could enjoy that. Now I have this big old bandage on my back that I can't take off till tomorrow, and I can't even lay in a hot bath for a week. I can use ice packs, but I hate ice packs. I have been using them, but I hate them. I don't know what it is with cold. My fibromyalgia does not like cold at all. And that's all I can use. And I have been because, I mean, I'll take anything right now. Hi, Linda. They probably didn't numb you since they thought you were out. They knew I wasn't out. Oh, I know I wasn't numb because the doctor popped his head in the first time and he said, and the nurse said, I'm getting ready to sedate her. And she said, put the medicine in. And he came back in. He was like, is that medicine you feeling that medicine? I was like, no. And they gave me a little bit more. And he was like, are you feeling it? And I'm like, no. And he goes, okay, well, this won't take very long. And they just started doing it. And I'm just like, I was screaming. I'm not even going to lie, not even going to cover it up. I was screaming. I probably could have broke windows, but they paid for it afterwards. We all did because it took them about an hour to get my pain under control. See, I really think that maybe that IV was placed wrong because, I mean, I don't know if you missed that part or not, Elizabeth, but they had to call up a IV ultrasound tech to place my IV because I don't have any veins. Like my veins are like infant veins. And they ended up placing it like, I don't know if I can show you guys, but it was like right up here in my bicep. So it was like, and it was deep. Like they had used a really, really long needle to put it in. And I mean, I would think if it was placed wrong, it would be, my arm would be really sore or something from the medication not going in the veins. And it's not. So I really don't know. Or if the way they had my arms during the procedure was just blocking it from going through my body. I have no idea. Hi, Anne. So yeah, I don't know. I know the medicine didn't work though. Why does my camera look blurry? I think my lens is dirty. Hold on, guys. It's gonna go weird for a minute because I think my lens is dirty. I don't know if I have anything to wipe it off though. Oh well. I'm not gonna be on here for the full time I usually am anyway. There's no way. I'm gonna try to pull off a little bit longer with you guys. Hey, Beth. Any of you guys just coming in, if you want to hear my procedure story, you guys will have to go back and watch it in the replay because I don't think everybody else wants to hear me repeat it over and over again. But that would be why I probably will not be on till 11 tonight because my poor little body ain't gonna make it tonight. Not that long. So sure, I would be screaming too if they didn't numb me first. It is still uncomfortable as hell, even numbed. I've had injections and I've had epidurals, and those they hurt, but nothing like this. Like, the only way I can describe it is like, those probe things they use for like laparoscopic surgeries that they use for their hands. It felt like those poles were sticking out of my back, and he kept moving them and readjusting them. And then when he said, okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started, it felt like lava was shooting into my back. That's the only way I can describe it, is like molten lava. Yeah. Yeah, there's no way they could have numbed me. And if they did, that didn't work either. Oh, thank you. I don't want to say your name wrong. Raina? Did I butcher it? Oh, Nana, you would have hit him, I promise you. Because I wanted to so bad. If they wouldn't have had my arms strapped down to my sides, I probably would have, to be honest. I probably would have jumped up from that table swinging. But they had my arms strapped down. I think my legs were too. I don't know. Because I was like laying face down on like it's almost like a massage table in a sense. Good. Glad I didn't butcher it. I'm so bad with names. I got one right. Go me. Uh-oh, chat's going crazy, so my phone's gonna sound like it's vibrating, guys. Hoping to finish this thing. I don't think it'll be tonight, though. Almost done. Started out really good, though. I was gonna show you guys last week, and I totally forgot. So I need to take the phone off the stand before I'm done with my live and show you guys, because she's so pretty. It's turning out really good. I couldn't strap my arms down. I'm too claustrophobic. I'm not gonna lie, my anxiety went crazy because, like I told you earlier, I don't know the other nurse that was in there. She was having a bad day because she was not gentle when she was grabbing my arms and throwing them to my side and pulling my shirt up to put stuff on my something on my side, and she was freaking mean, and that made my anxiety go crazy. It is for me. It's flashing on and off. What did I miss? My camera's flashing on and off. My kids have been happy. I got to miss 2 days of school. Not gonna be happy when they're doing school on the weekend though, so we can get caught up. That's the thing that sucks about homeschool. Because they don't care when you do it, but they gotta have that 6.5 hours a day for the week. They don't care if it's on the weekend or what, so we gotta make up those 2 days. It's okay though. I don't think Mama's gonna be doing much anyway. Strap my legs down, but my arms are free to move. First time I had it done, when they were numbing me, they kept telling me to breathe. Oh, dude, they kept telling me that too, Elizabeth, when I was screaming bloody murder. They were like, just breathe, deep breaths. And I'm just like, are you serious right now? I wanted to yell at him and tell him, I can't. Like, I was holding my breath between screams. I don't wish that on nobody. I really don't. I do wish this though, because the lady that did my IV, she told me, she said, you should have this IV ultrasound every single time they start an IV on you and probably even draw your blood. She said, your veins are really, really small. And if they're not using this, it's very inhumane and it's not right. They said, this is what should happen. I said, well, this is the first time I've ever had somebody use one of these on me. And she was like, well, that's not the way it should be. Every time you come here, you request it. And I wish they'd give me like some little card or something to show that, because every time I even get my blood drawn, I'm like, hey guys, you need to use a butterfly needle. You're not going to find a vein with that big needle. Oh, yeah, I'm good at this. I can do this. They stick me about 2 or 3 times and they're like, okay. And they grab the butterfly. And I'm just like, really? You had to stick me 3 times to believe me? Gotta love people that, you know, listen to your patients. It's their body, they know. I deal with it every single time. Every time. They only do one side at a time on me. I wouldn't be able to stand doing both. Yeah, they did both, I promise. Because I remember them saying, okay, we got the first side done, only one more. I'm kind of glad they did though, because after that, I probably wouldn't have went back. There's no way. I would not have went back for the second side. So I'm glad they just did it both when I was there. Absolutely no way in the world I'd go back. And like I said, if they ever have to do this again, or say it really, really works, and they want to do it on the other parts of my back, we're going to have a signed agreement that I will be fully asleep before you're doing anything to me. Thank you, Tina and Nick and Tina. If you weren't in a flare up, probably would have thrown you into one. I think it threw me into a worse one. And that's probably why they couldn't get my pain under control. But yeah, I know I was already in one. I had told my husband like the day before. And I was my thought. I was like, how bad is this going to be? Every time I get my blood drawn, they have to use a butterfly on me too, or they blow the vein. Oh yeah, they always blow my vein or miss the vein or whatever, but they usually have to try, 2 or 3 times before they actually listen to me and get the butterfly needle. Do they do that to you too? Telling you what, I wish that they would just listen to people sometimes. Did I get all? No, right there. Forgot what symbol I was on. I'm telling you, like looking at my arms, you can't even see a vein. I have no veins. It's funny. My husband's sitting there. He's like, look at my big old veins. And I'm like, you know what? Can I borrow them? You want to do this for me? He would have passed out if they would have had to stick him 3 times to get an IV started. He don't like needles at all. He a big old baby. And it's funny because he's covered in tattoos. It don't matter though. I'm sorry. A needle stick from the hospital and a tattoo needle, two totally different things. It does not feel the same at all. Yeah, so I dealt with that yesterday, and today I'm trying to make myself knowledgeable on type 2 diabetes for my husband because I have no idea. I've never had to deal with it. Tell them that my veins hide as soon as they smell the alcohol, so be prepared for a hard stick. When I had my appendix out, my daughter said they stuck me 6 times. Glad I was out of it. Well, at least they wait till you're out of it to do it. I always get that done before I'm going to bed. I have to work in the morning. Good night, everyone. Good night, Lizzie. Thank you for stopping in. Since I'm on Norco 10 3 times a day, they hit me with fentanyl. I don't remember much of anything. Yeah, I'm on the same thing. They see, I do remember just from my husband repeating it that when I came out of the procedure, they gave me, I think he said it wasn't all at once, but it was like a total of like 80 milligram or 80 of fentanyl. This was all together. Like I'm sure this was all split up. And then 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, Toradol, I don't remember what kind or how much, and then the oxycodone at the end. And then my pain number finally went down by 1. And I think they were trying to keep me, but because they kind of looked at me and they were like, "Are you going to be okay to go home?" And I was like, "I want to go home." I did not want to stay there because I already knew for one, especially with COVID, they weren't going to let Jay stay. I know they wouldn't have let him stay. And even if they did, he wouldn't probably wouldn't have been able to because the kids needed to be picked up. I know if push come to shove, my neighbor probably would have kept them because she's amazing like that. But she runs a daycare and she's gonna be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I was not trying to even do that to her. So I was coming home. I wanted to be in my own bed in my own house. I was not trying to stay an hour away from home. No, I was coming home. I was out of it for 3 days. They tried to give me more, and I said, "Oh, hell no." They would not let me leave till they got my pain under control. Like, I didn't even ask for the pain meds. They were just giving them to me, waiting a few minutes. They could see by my face and me crying that obviously nothing had changed. And they just kept it coming. And I was zonked. Once everything hit, yeah, I was out of it. It was the shortest ride home ever because I was asleep and I don't remember anything. Closed my eyes, and next thing I know, Jay was waking me up to walk me in the house. I was out of it all night and probably off and on today. Like I woke up pretty early, but I ended up going back to sleep. But it's kind of hard to sleep with a 5-year-old. He keeps jumping on my bed, and Daddy had to get onto him a few times today because him jumping on the bed today just, oh my gosh, every time he moved on the bed, I cringed. It hurt. And going live kind of pushed me to get out of my bed so I could get off my back for a minute because it was hurting. I needed to reposition for a little bit. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go live for a little bit and get up out of bed and sit in the chair for a little bit. Otherwise, then my whole body's gonna get stiff and I'm gonna be worse off. So, you have an addiction with diamond painting when you're hurting really bad, but it's still calling to you. Sometime this week, I'm getting a new tattoo. At least that's what my husband said. It's the first time I haven't had to beg for one. I usually bug him for a week or two and then he gives it to me. He's got to go back. What? Message me, Nana. Love you. Hopefully, once the soreness wears off in a week, you'll have some pain relief. I'm hoping, Elizabeth. After all that, I better. I freaking better. I better not have gone through all that for nothing. That would make me really upset. I mean, it's not their fault. It'd be my body, but wouldn't that be something? It'd be my luck, though. I've went through so many epidural injections and other injections, and they don't do nothing. My kitty didn't leave my side all night. He knows. It's crazy how they know. He's always been my not feel good cuddling buddy. I can't cuddle with Jay at night when I'm hurting. He's too active in his sleep. My kitty just lays there. Do they make you leave your bandage on for like, I think they said 2 days? This tape's annoying. They told me it can't. It was kind of weird because they said watch for these signs around the spots, like, redness, drainage, blah, blah, blah. But don't take the bandage off till Wednesday. So how are we supposed to watch for those things with the bandage in the way? Because they told me I could have showered last night. Not sure how that would have went, but they said not to get the bandage too wet because it needs to stay on till tomorrow. So I don't know how the heck that's supposed to work if you're supposed to watch for those things, but you can't see them because they're covered up. Because normally, even after my injections, they tell him to watch for that kind of stuff, but there's not anything covering it other than like a band-aid that you can take off. This thing's got a whole full-fledged bandage on it. I got running the nerves was one and done for some reason. I was not happy when they said every 4 to 6 months. I should have had it done in June, but the office was closed till recently. Yeah, they told me from the start that some people it lasts 4 months, some 6, some a year. It just depends how fast growing your nerves are, is what they kind of told me. And, the more, obviously, the more you get it done, the shorter it's going to last with anything. You probably have a pressure bandage on to keep you from bleeding or swelling. Maybe. I don't know. I can't see it. It feels like gauze underneath with it. Honestly, ooh, that's gonna not feel good to take off. I know what it is. It feels like one of those ginormous, those Tegaderm things that they put on over your IV. It feels like that. I thought it was just tape. It's so not. I just reached back there and felt it. Yep, that's gonna hurt so bad. Well, I don't normally have hair on my back, but if I do, I guess I'm getting a free waxing. Oh, that's gonna suck. My husband's gonna love that because I ain't taking it off. It was funny. This morning I had 3 spots on my arms where one where it was my IV and 2 where they had tried. And I let my son take them off. And he was like, "Pull it fast, mama." I was like, "Yeah, real fast." And he's like all pulling it super slow. I'm like, "No, pull faster." He thought that was funny. I only have 3 band-aids on. Oh, so they just put band-aids over yours? Hmm. I don't know. Like I said, my thing didn't go as normal, so who knows? I'm probably sure something else happened that wasn't supposed to, and I just didn't get told about it. I'm okay with that though, because what I do know, I wish I didn't. I wish I would have been asleep and not remembered anything. That would have been ideal and perfect. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. I was all excited too. I really was. I was like, yay, I get to go in and I'll hurt the next day. I already knew I'd be sore the next day. I was so excited not to have to feel it. Guess that teaches me to get my hopes up. Probably gonna finish this color up, guys, and get off here and relax. I'm okay sitting here, but leaning over is kind of not comfortable. I hear Mr. Abel creeping around. I'm awake the whole time too, since they will only do one side at a time. I wish they would do both at once. If I'm asleep, I don't think I'd want to go through both again, awake. I don't know how you do it awake. Oh my God, I don't know how you do it awake. There's no way. No freaking way. I don't know how you're a bigger woman than I am. Way stronger than me because I was screaming bloody murder. Speaking of bloody murder, I think the kids are heading up to bed, which means my son's about to have a meltdown. Abel, it's bedtime. You're not scared. Oh, he found a loophole the other night, guys. It was so funny. I wonder if Jay has his phone so I could show you guys the picture. But we were in the kitchen. I think we switched dishes out and laundry or something. And Jay was like, come here, come here. And there's like a huge flight of stairs leading up to their bedroom. And he goes, come here, come look at this. Abel was curled up like in the middle of the stairs with his blanket over his head, asleep. Give me hugs, baby.
Mom,
I love you. Go to bed like a good boy, okay?
and Mom, when I was walking, my toe, like my bad toe on the door.
I don't think you meant to, baby.
Like,
It's not very nice. Sometimes little brothers do stuff that's not very nice. Are
my
you
toe
okay?
hurts even.
Well, you'll be all right. I promise.
Thank you.
I love you very much, and I'll see you in the morning, okay?
Thank you, Mom.
Good night, baby. When you wake up.
Mom,
What?
what's school?
Probably around the same time as we normally do, okay? Something like that. 9 or so.
Eight.
Girl, good night.
Mhm.
I love you, early bird. You're going to bed. Good night. I love you. No games. Okay, let's see. Let me check up chat here. You'll watch the replay, Robert? All right, sorry guys, I was telling the kids night-night. But yeah, I'm probably not gonna be on here too much longer. My pain's getting pretty bad. I haven't. I have no idea, baby. You can look, but I don't think it's there. Yeah, Robert, I more or less, normally I'm alive till 11, but I had my nerves burned in my upper back and neck yesterday, and it was a pretty rough procedure. I went through it all, so you'll hear it when you watch the replay. But I at least want to get on here and let everybody know I was all right. Say hi to you guys. The numbing works on me when you had the other injections. Did they numb you? Sort of. Not really. I mean, they did, but they said they did. Thank you, Robert. I'll just be glad to get through this week so I can get over the worst of it, and hopefully it gives me some relief like they said it will. We shall see. But I think I'm gonna listen to my body, guys, and go lay down and get me some rest. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. And thank you for all the prayers and thinking about me yesterday. I really appreciate that too. And I will see you guys next week, okay? Good night, everybody. Have a good rest of your week.